Hello, everybody. Welcome to the WWE Hell in a Cell live review here on the Chase Oliver channel. This is going to be the longer review of WWE Hell in a Cell, which happened last night live on the WWE Network and pay-per-view providers. If you still order off pay-per-view, I feel bad for you. Or if you still are cheap and you can't afford $9.99 via any stream website out there. I am not alone here. I am here with my guest who is always on for the live pay-per-view recaps, Antoine Moore. Antoine, how's it going, my man?
Hey man, I'm doing very well, man. I thank you for having me once again on your very wonderful YouTube stream here. I'm doing great, man. It's been a while since we've been on, man. How you been lately?
I've been great, dude. I've just been chugging along these videos, trying to enjoy wrestling as much as I can.
Yes, I know, and last few words are hard sentence to come by, ain't they, bro?
Yeah, enjoy wrestling as much as I can. Because right now, wrestling is just kind of like at this like weird moot point. Like it's really hard to really enjoy it. Like you want it to get better, but it's just like they're not neither companies are showing you why they are good right now. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. But if you are watching this live, you are more than welcome to send in questions that me and Antoine will answer once we're done reviewing the show. So send in your questions, and you can leave your thoughts on any of the matches in the comment section down below. If you're watching this via the archive, well, maybe next time you can send in questions. So anyways, Antoine, what were your overall thoughts of WWE Hell in a Cell 2014 last night?
Man, I it could get better, man. This could really get better, man. I don't know, man. It's just I got so frustrated at a point last night, bro. I turned it off, bro, and I had to rewind the Ambrose and Seth Rollins match, bro, because I got so frustrated after a while, man. It just seems like it's like an advanced Raw, bro. That's what these pay-per-views look like. It looks like an advanced WWE Raw. It looks like it's like a Hell in a Cell match on Raw, bro. That's the way it looks, bro. It just or a Hell in a Cell match on Raw prior to the main event, which I'll talk about my reservations with the main event later. But Cesaro and Ziggler and all the whole card, it just seemed like a another Raw episode to me, bro.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree. This felt like a WWE Raw. I mean, it doesn't help, too, that you fucking have the Raw set now for all these pay-per-views. Like, really, budget cuts are that bad that, like, we can't even get a nice little setup for the pay-per-views anymore. Like, it's really that bad that we have to be so lazy with the pay-per-view setups. I mean, what happened to the cool pay-per-view setups like Armageddon, Backlash, and Judgment Day and all that other stuff? Like, nowadays, it just feels like you're watching a glorified Monday Night Raw. That's what it's like when watching these pay-per-views. It's like a glorified WWE Monday Night Raw. Totally agree with you. I felt this show, it fell flat. And what I mean is there was a lot of good action on this show. There was a lot of action that you could really, really like. But to me, it just fell flat. It was just like I wasn't entertained during most of this action. I was mostly entertained during the main event. And then afterwards, the ending of the main event, which we'll talk about later, that just fell flat to me too. I was just like, man, this is a flat show. It was like, like a flat line, like on those TV shows where the people are trying to live. It's like, dee dee, dee dee, dee dee, like those pulse lines on the doctor machines. And it was just like this the whole time. Dee, dee, dee. Like, that was Hell in a Cell. That was Hell in a Cell for me. I mean, that doesn't mean it was a bad show per se. It was just like, I was not excited while watching it. It felt like watching, like you said, a glorified Monday Night Raw, and that's how I feel watching Monday Night Raw as of late. It's just that it's just flat. There's not really anything super entertaining. And I always tell people, if you're a fan of the in-ring aspect, you probably like this show. But for me, in-ring's not really my cup of tea. It's not really like the thing that gets me going and what makes me watch wrestling, So, I don't know. What about you? Is Antoine there? Did his internet cut out? Could be possible. The internet cut out for Antoine. Not a big deal. I can just host a solo. Or did my internet cut out? Because that happens a lot. Antoine, are you there, buddy? Alrighty then. So, I'm going to fly solo for a little bit as we wait till get... Antoine, are you there? Did you hear anything I said?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect, bro.
All right. So let's get started with the card as we have the first opening matchup, which was Bo Dallas and Mark. Ah, fuck that. No one watches.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, bro. Cool.
All right. So, anyways, like I was saying,
Yeah. You're probably hear you perfect, bro.
all right. So, we're gonna start with the first opening matchup, which is Bo Dallas and Mark Henry. No one watches the pre-show, so we're not gonna talk about it. Now we're gonna go down to the first match, the actual first match: Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro. 2 out of 3 falls for the Intercontinental title. Antoine, what did you think about this matchup between these two?
Oh, God, I really was disappointed about this, bro. I was very disappointed. I thought this would be much better than what it was. I was very disappointed in. It just seemed like I was being interviewed on the podcast a couple of days ago. Shout out to Inside Wrestling for having me on the interview. You could check that out. Go to Blog Talk Radio, type in Inside Wrestling. You'll see the interview that I did on the show. Shout out to you guys. I said I want to give them the free time that they need to be entertained, and that's exactly what happened. It was extremely short. It was very short of the year, and with that, it would have been a year because it's been the most entertaining thing was probably the suplex Cesaro did when he had him wrapped around him and did that suplex, and that was it, bro. I did not like this match at all.
I thought this was a good match, but I agree. I wasn't really that big of a fan of it. Like, they didn't give it enough time. Like, they only gave it match 13 minutes. You know, it was like, you know, they should have given this 20 minutes. And also, I felt this hurt Cesaro. You know, a lot of people said, yeah, it made Dolph Ziggler look like a beast because he survived all these moves. But it was like Cesaro was hitting him with his main power moves, and he couldn't finish Dolph at least with one of those main power moves. It made Cesaro look so weak to me. And I don't know if Cesaro got swept because of what he said about John Cena and Randy Orton in a recent interview. But really, to be honest here, it was just like, it just looked like this match hurt Cesaro for me. It didn't really help Ziggler all that much because it just made Cesaro look so weak. So that was my problem with this match. I was just like, really? Why do we have to hurt Cesaro? Why can't you guys do something right with this guy? I mean, here's actually an independent wrestler that fits what you guys, the WWE, wants. Why can't you guys find a way to use this guy better? I just don't get it. It just don't.
You know, something's got to change, man. They changed his theme song for no reason. He went with Paul Heyman for no damn reason. And the guy's been garbage ever since, bro. He did the one swing yesterday, and you see how everybody jumped off their damn feet when he did the swing, bro?
Yeah. The fans actually like to see that, but no.
Everybody jumped off their feet.
Not Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon
doesn't want Nope. Don't want to see no swing, man. And we're back at it. We're exactly where we were again, watching him lose. He didn't even get a fall. Not to give the man a fall.
Yeah. I don't know why. Why did he not get a fall? That's what I didn't like, was that Cesaro was booked really poor in this match. I mean, you could look at it and say, yeah, Ziggler looked like a beast, and it looked like he was a Brazilian IC champion, but he didn't even get one fall in this match. It was like, come on.
Horrible match, bro. Horrible.
I thought it was still good for what it was in ring, but it was just, I hated how Cesaro was booked. Up next was the Bellas versus Bellas. Winner gets to have the other Bella as a personal assistant. I'll just say this. I was actually surprised how good this match turned out between these two. I actually was expecting this match not to be as good as it was, but I felt these two went at it to each other. I thought they were very vicious with each other. I was enjoying this match. This was probably the best Divas match on the night when it came down to Hell in a Cell. I'm being dead honest when I say that. This was the best Divas match of the night on Hell in a Cell. But what are your thoughts on it?
I actually enjoyed this match. I'm not going to lie to you. The IWC might be in your comments killing me. Oh, Antoine, you suck. But, I'm going to be honest with you, man. This matchup was pretty entertaining, man. It was. I'm not going to sit here and say it was the greatest thing, but you could tell those two really put time into that matchup. Don't just shit on it. I tell people don't shit on that match, man, because it wasn't. I'm not saying it's a Lita and Trish Stratus match, but for what they did, for what we used to see of the Bella Twins, they have better chemistry with each other, which is not surprising than anybody else when they fight anybody else on the roster because they had a nice little chemistry with each other. They had a nice little story, and it it was a 1-2-3 pin. Nobody came out. Brie lost fair and square. Got the got the rack attack move, which I love. My God, Nikki looks so good when she does that. And it was it was a good match, man. I liked it. I liked the match. I
Yeah,
liked the Divas match.
the match was good, and it's like I was reading people's thoughts on Twitter about the match, and everyone's it's just decent. And it's like I always feel like wrestling fans nowadays, this is nowadays, is that they look at the name value of who's facing who, and that's what gives them their opinion on a certain match or a certain feud going into it. And we'll talk about this later on when we get to the main event, but I always feel like it's just like nowadays it's like the name value of the superstars matter if a match is good or not. Like, like I'll use this as an example. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan can go out there and do a bunch of headlocks. People will call that the best match ever. But then if John Cena and Randy Orton were to do the same exact match, they would call that the worst match ever. You get what I'm saying? Like, they look at the name value. They say, like, the names, if the names are better, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like some wrestling fans overrate name value sometimes. But I felt the Bellas went out there and put on a really good match, definitely the best Divas match of the night. And I even said that on Twitter. I said, come at me, IWC. I thought this was better than Paige and AJ Lee. And a bunch of people agreed with me. A bunch of people said that, yeah, we thought this was actually better than Paige and AJ Lee. So.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I don't see how anybody can make an argument for the other one because the other one was very bland and stale.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man, I was done with that match.
We will discuss that later. Up next was another bland and stale match, the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and Star and Goldust, or Golden Star, my bad, Golden Stardust for the WWE Tag Team titles. Watched her Night of Champions match beginning, and then just like after like the 5-minute mark, go watch the ending to this match because that's all it was. It was their Night of Champions match with a different ending, like a different finish and everything like that. I mean, like, this is why the tag team division is so lame right now, man. It's like you don't do anything to make me care that these teams are going at it. Like, this should actually be a match I care about. The fact Goldust is still wrestling, and he's wrestling better than half the roster, is a big fucking deal, but the WWE doesn't do anything to make me say, man, I want to see these teams go at it, because all they do is a bunch of random 6-man tag matches on Raw and SmackDown, and they expect me to say that sells a pay-per-view match? No, that doesn't sell a pay-per-view match. If anything, I don't want to see these guys wrestle again because I see them wrestle every single fucking week. What makes me say that I have to pay $9.99 to watch this tag team title match? Nothing. Nothing. And Star and Goldust, Golden Star, whatever you want to call them, they fucking retained. And who are they going to face? The Los Matadores? Like, oh my God, they have no one to face in that tag team division. It's sad too, but what did you think about the match, Antoine, before we talk about a little bit more of it?
What are the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, even who's the tag team? The guys like the old Renaissance guys, the guy that does the muscle pose. They come out in the black and white on NXT.
Vaudevillains.
Yeah, call them up immediately. Please. Call all three up and just start a whole new tag team division in NXT. I don't care. NXT has enough stretch to where the main event and Charlotte and all the other make up one tag team. You seriously, people, WWE need to get some new tag teams. I'm so tired of seeing this, man. It's just, you got the same people fighting over and over again. There's no anticipation. Bring up the Ascension. Just put more time. You think with Triple H being in charge, talk about how you want to focus on the tag team division. You think that division would be great.
Yeah.
You already had the Usos versus Luke and Rowan about 17,000 times. Now the only other tag team they fought at 2-3 pay-per-views so far. I mean, it's crazy, bro. I'm so sick of seeing this. You got to bring up some new talent. If you're gonna bring up some new talent anywhere, and there's not many main event spots to go around or whatever, when we all know there is.
Mm-hmm.
Please bring up the tag team division. Bring up like 2 or 3 tag teams and let them mix in with the Usos and Golden Stardust, like the Vaudevillains and the Ascension and the Lucha Dragons and Bring those guys up. I mean, some people say it might be too soon or whatever, but look, you don't know until you know. You have to bring.
To
Go ahead,
me,
man.
I don't think it's too soon to bring up the Lucha Dragons. I mean, fuck, you need that high flying
Yeah,
tag team. Like you need Lucha wrestling at least featured on WWE product. I mean, like that's something that I feel is missing is because we have like the European style all over Monday Night Raw with like Sheamus, Paige, and Bad News Barrett when he comes back in Cesaro. We have a bunch of European wrestlers. You know, we have a bunch of American wrestlers. We have a bunch of different styles there, but we don't have any lucha style. We don't have anyone that's like a Rey Mysterio on the damn roster to make us like entertained. Like I'm just saying, man, we just need something like that on the roster. And also, speaking of which, I decided to make an executive decision, adding one of my good friends here on YouTube, one half of the British Fist, or most of the British Fist, or 1/3 of the British Fist. NJ from the British Fist is also joining us in the live hangout soon enough. So when he comes in, I'll introduce him. But yeah, man, like you need to add like the Lucha Dragons on the main roster. I mean, Hunico has been killing it at Sin Cara. You know, Kalisto, is he the next Rey Mysterio? No, because Rey Mysterio was fucking amazing when he first came. Okay, let's just be real here. Like no one will ever replace what Rey Mysterio did to Lucha Libre for American wrestling. No one will. Rey is one of the greatest of all time when it comes to Lucha Libre. But you need something like that. You need that different style, that high-paced, high-flying action that the Lucha Dragons can bring. And I feel they need to be brought up more than the Ascension or more than the Vaudevillains at this point. Alrighty then. We also have NJ from the British Fist on here. NJ, how's it going, my man?
Not bad, not bad. I've heard your quick views about the opening match.
Mm-hmm.
My quick opinion, to go back to that quickly, is
No problem, man. You can talk about what you need to talk about.
I thought it was a very good opener compared to past pay-per-views where you need a good kick-off match. And the way that Dolph Ziggler performs compared to Cesaro, who should be in a better place than where he's at, even though Cesaro was man the match, they gave the win to Ziggler.
Yeah, I didn't like how Cesaro was booked, man. It's just like, you know, Cesaro was dominating most of the match, hitting his major power moves, and it was like he can't get one pinfall, not one. I'm not asking for Cesaro to win. I'm just saying give him one at pinfall at least.
Well, I think the fact they gave two to Ziggler is different than the typical take it in turns 1-1 finish. I think they did it different, which was good, unexpected.
Yeah, they did that with MVP and Chris Benoit, and no one liked that shit. I'm just saying, just because it's different doesn't mean it's always good. I mean, MVP and Chris Benoit, they did it where MVP beat Benoit twice in a row. Everyone was like, the fuck? MVP, the Mr. Power Rangers, man? He's beating Benoit? I'm just saying, just because it was different doesn't mean it's good. And like, here's the thing, though. This is what I'm talking about in my review, is that if Cesaro was just doing breakdown moves, okay, fine, that's understandable. But he was hitting his main power move that are in his repertoire. The uppercut, you know, that deadlift suplex. Like, those are some of his main repertoire moves. And he can't finish him with those main repertoire moves? That hurts his moveset. That really does, because it was like during the Chris Benoit and MVP match, if you go watch that again, you know, Benoit wasn't hitting most of his main moves. Like, the only main move he really hit was the 3 German suplexes. MVP mostly got Benoit based off being a better technical wrestler, which was they were trying to sell to you at MVP was a better technical wrestler than Chris Benoit. Let's face it, we all know that's not true. Love you, MVP, but you're not that great. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, I felt they did it wrongly how they had the 2-fall finish. That's just me. Like, you can't have Cesaro hit most of his main power moves and then have it where, you know, like, it's just like Ziggler can kick out of every single one of them. It hurts Cesaro more than it helps Ziggler.
Before we move on, I would like to see a future for Cesaro instead of knocked back to the mid-card.
Yes, exactly.
And yes, he could have benefited from this match, but I like the fact that he did not become Intercontinental Champion. I'm hoping that he looks good at the Rumble.
Me too. The Rumble is like his saving grace. If he has a good showing in the Rumble, we know there's a future for Cesaro. If he ends up being a bum in the Rumble, yeah, goodbye. Sorry, you're done. Like, that's literally the case. Like the Rumble is like what makes or breaks superstars at this point. It can help extend your career if you have a good showing in there. Alrighty then, NJ. Do you have anything to say about the Bellas versus Bellas before in the tag team title match before we move on to the
tag title match? I'm very, very sorry. You can have a 3-4-star tag team match. You can, but it doesn't really matter about the match because let's say Usos win. Who do they face next? I even said if the Ascension come in, everyone's getting hyped up. But bring them in, they dominate the tag team division. Who do they face next? The tag team division is dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Ascension's not going to save it. Just because they're big names in NXT, don't mean they're going to save the division, no.
Agreed. Like, I just feel like the WWE right now does not know what to do with the tag team division. It's just like, it's like, how hard is it to put like two random dudes together and just make them a team? Like, I felt Big Show and Mark Henry would be a perfect foil to the Ascension, but they're not even going to be tag teaming. They're wasting their time with Rusev at this moment, which I totally agree with. I think that's the right feud for Rusev to have. It's against Big Show and Mark Henry, but it's just like, why even try to tease them as a tag team first of all? Like, just
and another backhand to the tag team division is you have the Wyatt family. They got a tag team title shot, but they kept losing.
Yeah.
What the flip? No.
I said the reason why the Wyatt family kept on losing was because, you know, they don't want to give his fucking followers a title before they gave it to Bray Wyatt. I mean, if you give Bray Wyatt's followers a title for him, it makes Bray Wyatt look like a chump and a loser. It doesn't make him look like that impressive of a leader if he can't hold a belt of his own. And I know a lot of people say, well, wouldn't that make him a better leader because he was able to lead these two to titles? Yeah, but really, to be honest, when you look at the Wyatt family, they're more of a cult. It's not like Bray Wyatt leads them in everything they do. I mean, it's just dumb. I don't know why the Wyatts didn't win at least one tag strap during the summer of Usos versus Wyatts of million and jillion pay-per-views that they had. So, anyways, let's get on to the match that the WWE's epic rivalry is built around. This is what our company's built around, people. This fucking next match, this great Hell in a Cell rivalry match. This rivalry is as great as Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. This rivalry is as great as Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. This rivalry is as great as Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the rivalry of professional wrestling according to the WWE and their fucking bullshit. John Cena, Randy Orton inside that Hell in a Cell. Oh my fucking God, Antoine, you take the lead here. I don't want to explain. I'll talk about this later on. I'll talk about more about this match later on. Antoine, go.
Da, 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 da. Time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time, man. Look, man. Let me tell you something, man. I was like, let me see how long I can go before I cut off this damn TV. Let me see how long I can go, Chase, before my nice 30-something screen TV gets a rock thrown at it, bro. I was like, let me see what happens in this match. Let me give it a shot. Cena comes in and tries to slap every single fan, fans high five everybody. Yay, yay, yay. All the little kids happy. Randy Orton comes out, looks bored. He looks tired. I was rooting for Randy Orton so bad in this just because I want him to win something. And I think lately he's been in a very bad position lately. They kind of don't know what to do with him, bro. And you know me, bro. Me and you talk about Randy. You're a big Randy Orton guy, but I got to get behind you on this Randy thing because I'm like, damn, what are they going to do with him at this point? But I'm watching this match and I'm like, okay. I'm like, Chase. I was like this. Okay, Randy Orton's they're gonna wrestle around for a while. John Cena's gonna get his ass whipped. There's gonna be an RKO out of nowhere. I said there's three things that's gonna happen. There's gonna be out of nowhere RKO. Cena's gonna get his ass whipped most of the matchup, and Cena's gonna win. And everything happened. I said.
Okay.
Nothing incredible happened. Nothing spectacular. Nothing. Nothing. Look, man. I'm gonna say this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. obviously they're being very, very cautious about blood.
Mhm.
There's certain matches where blood has to happen.
Yes, this is one of them because this is a
A
great
he-
fucking rivalry.
a Hell in a Cell without blood is pointless to me. I'm sorry. Now, what Ambrose and Rollins did, we'll get later. If you're gonna do some exciting things around it to where the blood doesn't matter, I kind of get it. But this is the kind of match that needs something added to it because when you got two guys that's just fighting in the ring and look at all the past Hell in a Cell matches and how the gore added to the match. Blood all over the place, guys wrestling, and added something incredible to the match. I'm watching this matchup and I'm like, well, damn, this is a Raw match with a cage over it.
Yeah, no, they didn't even need to sell in this match. I said they could have got rid of it and just had a no holds barred match. Like, goddamn, the sell was like not a factor whatsoever. NJ, what are your thoughts about this match? And then don't talk about too much about Cena winning because we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But just talk about the match itself. What did you think about it?
Okay, there's something that I want to disagree with. Is Anton? Is that your name?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, Randy Orton, his last proper feud was against Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns got his ass kicked, beaten down by Randy Orton. I got the glimpse of the old Randy Orton we used to compliment and want to see on our TVs. And I thought, going against Cena, the other top guy in your company, defeating him would, of course, brought Orton hopefully back up to an okayer place than where he's been.
Understood.
Him losing to Cena, I don't think it's knocked him down, but I expect on Raw he's going to complain for not being in the main event and for not winning that match. So I'm slightly disappointed with the result, but the RKO out of nowhere when Cena was about to do was it a drop kick or something? Brilliant.
When he was doing the shoulder shove,
yes, and then RKO. I was behind Orton all the way, even though we all knew that Cena and Brock probably had to have one more match.
Exactly. What did you think about the match itself? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think about it?
We've seen it before, and in past Orton-Cena matches, they've taken advantage of overbooking it. And the amount of finishes we got in this match, and the like Orton could have won it with that RKO out of nowhere, but no, Cena had to do one, Orton had to do one back, and Cena had to do one. So I think there wasn't anything different to that match than what we've already seen before.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. And one thing that I said that hurt this match a lot was how much the WWE was trying to force feed this great rivalry down our throats. Like, this match did not feel like this is like an epic rivalry match I'm waiting to see. This felt like it was Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady on CBS, and Peyton Manning's blowing out the Patriots. That's what it felt like to me. It was like, God damn, this match is just so dull. Like you said, it's like any Orton Cena match we've seen before. It's like, you know the spots before they happen. Like, when Orton was setting up the punt, I'm like, oh, Cena's going to move out of the way, trip him up for the STF. Oh, that's what fucking happened. Oh, I know what they're going to do here. Orton's going to shove him through the table. Like, you know what these two are going to do. I mean, it's not fun watching it when you know it's going to fucking happen, especially clear as day between Cena and Orton. I just felt it didn't live up to the expectations that WWE was trying to set for it. That's what hurt this match, was that they were trying to set this match up like this is the end-all, be-all to this great rivalry, or this is like another chapter in this great rivalry match. And it's like, this did not feel like anything great. This did not feel like anything epic. This wasn't like anywhere near other great wrestling rivalries I have watched. Like, if Rock and Austin were having this, fans would be hot during the whole match. But the fans, they just didn't really seem to care all that much. They're just kind of sitting there like, let's get Cena sucks. Okay. It's like the fans were like deep into this match. It was just like they were kind of like there every once in a while. But yeah, like you said, all these false finishes. Like, Randy Orton should have won after that RKO out of nowhere when Cena did the AA and Orton grabbed his head at the last minute. That should have been the ending to the match, but they had to go with the Super AA, which kills careers. Look at Bobby Lashley's career. Look at Miz's career. I rest my case. The Super AA hurts people and ends careers in the WWE instead of helps them. But Cena wins.
I saw that table in the corner. When he set that table up, I said, up here comes the standing AA. That's the first thing I said, bro. I was like, it's over. Match done. I knew it was coming, bro. I was like, yep.
Right when Cena was setting up that table, I was talking to my friend. I said, oh, shit. He's like, oh, what's Cena going to do? I'm like, Is he just going to AA him to the fucking table? And I'm like, no, he's going to super AA him to the fucking table. And I was like, I was fucking right about that. I was so pissed. I was like, damn it. But here's the thing. Cena versus Lesnar shows how dumb the WWE is right now. And here's why. Because when is it that Randall Keith Orton is loved by the IWC to this much extent that they want to see him in a blockbuster pay-per-view match? When is it? Because Randy Orton right now, he's not one of the IWC favorites. He isn't. No one likes Randy Orton mostly. But all of a sudden now, these RKO out of nowhere vines pop up. And they're literally, and it's sad to say this, that a wrestler's career needs to be saved by something on the internet like a vine. But really, Randy Orton's career is being saved by these damn vines. These vines are saving Randy Orton's interest as a wrestler to a lot of fucking people. And it's like, right now, people are actually saying they want to see Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. I remember, I decided to do some research. I Googled Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. I found over 100 articles talking about Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar in the near future. I type in John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. What do I see? I don't see any current articles of people discussing the fathom or the imagination of seeing Cena versus Lesnar again. I think that's one or two, but that's it. Otherwise, they were all past articles about all their past matches, mostly the SummerSlam match. And I said to myself, Jesus fucking Christ. People are actually talking about Orton versus Lesnar. WWE, how do you not understand and see this shit that people actually want to see Orton versus Lesnar? God damn, it's not every day you get Randy Orton to be mentioned in a big pay-per-view match. Just saying, but...
Well, a little counter...
Go on, what you're saying, NJ?
So, a little counter to this. At the moment, you've got Brock Lesnar as Triple H's hired big guy. You've got Orton, who is still involved with Evolution. So at the moment, it would have been heel versus heel. The reason I want to see that match is, number one, because I thought we were getting the Viper Orton back, and two, it's a different match than John Cena before the big WrestleMania match. That's the reason I wanted to say it'll be heel versus heel.
Yeah. And you could have made it work. You could have had it work. Randy Orton, and if you look at it, at this moment in time, a lot of the internet, they're already turning on Lesnar because you know how the internet is. They can't like one thing. A lot of the internet, they don't like Lesnar as part-time champion. Randy Orton, he's there every night. So you would think that if you want the crowd to get behind one of your current superstars that is not named Daniel Bryan or Dean Ambrose, to face off against Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton seems like the perfect guy to do that. The fans will cheer him. The fans will mostly cheer Lesnar by the time the Royal Rumble hits. You know that. So why not try to go for it? Because people are not going to cheer for Cena over Lesnar. I mean, unless some godsend miracle happens and a shooting star all of a sudden changes the WWE Universe's reaction to have them cheer John Cena, nothing's going to get Cena to get more cheered than Lesnar.
So are you saying that? Are you saying Orton to break up Evolution then?
No, not Orton to break up Evolution. I'm just saying, at least you would make Lesnar feel like a heel against Randy Orton, more of a heel than Randy Orton. Because that's what Lesnar's supposed to be, right? He's supposed to be this heel. But here's the problem. He's not working as a heel because they keep putting him with guys people are on the fence with or they don't really like all that much. At least with Randy Orton, the fans will give him more leeway than a John Cena or Roman Reigns because Randy Orton can wrestle, Randy Orton can put on good matches, Randy Orton's very talented, he has lineage with the company, he's there every single time, he wrestles Raw and SmackDown. I mean, Randy Orton has more lineage to get more cheered than Brock Lesnar. That's just the bottom line when it comes down to it. All right. So, Randy Orton, John Cena, it happened. Won, and this match to me was one of the more forgettable matches. Not gonna watch it ever again, just because it depresses me. I'm not gonna watch it ever again. Alrighty then. So let's get on to Sheamus versus. Fuck off. I'm sorry. Sheamus and Miz was just so raw. This was a Monday Night Raw match. The best part of this match was Mizdow. Mizdow should have won the U.S. title tonight somehow, some way, but they didn't do it.
Oh, bruh.
Yes, Mizdow should have won, dude.
Shout out shout out to Ms. Dow, Damien Sandow, yo. You are entertaining as hell. It is it is so funny watching that guy, and it is funny because he's not even doing that. He's just imitating moves, but you find yourself when he's on TV, just look at him the whole time. You're looking outside the ring. You're not watching the match, bro. You are not watching the match. You're just watching him, bro. It is so hilarious to watch that guy, yo. I'm this is so entertaining. I'm gonna hate when this is over. This is so funny right now, and I'm enjoying every moment of it, bro. Just watching him do that shit outside the ring, bro. I love it, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about the Miz down Miz, if they do go to a feud, it's a perfect situation for Damien Sandow because the Miz, no one wants to give him credit because everyone hates him, even though everyone loved him in 2011. Now people hate him. The Miz, he can play a good heel. He can do it where fans will boo him, but cheer the guy he is facing. He just has that ability to have the crowd hate him really, really well. Miz knows how to play with the crowd pretty damn well, especially on the heel side of things. So it can work when they feud. I cannot wait till they do a Miz down Miz feud. But they should have found a way to give him the U.S. belt. I mean, Sheamus is...
I want to disagree with you straight away. The reason I would not give the United States Championship to Miz is for one reason.
Miz down. I'm saying Miz down.
Okay, there's one reason why I would not have gave it to him. He's the United States Champion. Sheamus is. The next match we're going to be talking about is probably the Rusev match. And if Big Show and Mark will go on to that next, I think Sheamus should face Rusev. Damien Sandow and Miz should go off and have one more comedy segment before branching off to a feud of their own, and eventually Miz putting over Sandow to hopefully bring him back to a good level in the WWE again.
I can see what you're saying there. I just feel Rusev doesn't even need the U.S. belt at this point because what's the point of giving him the U.S. belt if he's just going to get fed to Cena? You know what I'm saying? So what's the point in that? Like giving your mid-card champion the belt and then he's just going to
lose it to Cena? It's what the is, United States. So maybe they can make a storyline out of that belt, mainly.
I'm just saying I don't think Rusev needs the belt. The U.S. belt to make it feel better again. Like nothing you do with that U.S. belt will be as entertaining if Mizdow were holding it. Mizdow is like one of the hottest acts in the WWE. That's what I was saying. Like you could just give it to Mizdow and then have it where they feud with Sheamus until TLC, and then have Sheamus feud with Rusev maybe at Rumble or Fast Track or Fast Lane, whatever the fuck that February pay-per-view is called now since they're getting rid of that Elimination Chamber. You know, so like you could save Sheamus and Rusev more for like next year. Didn't do it during the fall. Like that's just my thought process. But I just feel Sheamus right now, he's so boring. Turn this guy heel already, WWE. What are you doing? Like, you know, Sheamus is actually a big guy that can work really, really fucking well. And I actually like Sheamus. Like I do. I really do. I think the guy is very talented. But it's just like he's like no pun intended, he's a ghost. He's Casper the Friendly fucking Ghost, man. He's just like there. It's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about this guy? What makes me want to watch this guy on a weekly basis? I don't care what I hear. It's a shameful thing. Lost your head.
Oh, man, lost your head. And they're like, God, Jesus Christ, that music sucks.
Like I don't care when I see him come out. I'm just like, fuck, man. Here comes Sheamus again. Whoop-de-fucking do. He's
oh God, here he comes. He's gonna go and do this.
Fella!
Oh God, get off my TV, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, Sheamus. Sheamus is just whatever. MJ Hooked MMA. We will answer your question after we're done reviewing the show, my man. But keep sending in questions if you have them, people. We love questions here on the Chase Oliver channel. Anyways, we're done talking about the U.S. title match because we talked about Miz down. That's the most important part of that match. The Rusev versus Henry match. No, Rusev. Same guys. Rusev and Big Show match.
They ain't lying.
They put on a solid big man match. Henry came out. Everyone thought he was going to turn heel, but thank God Mizark Henry did not turn heel. He's still a babyface that everyone loves, even though he has a Hall of Pain where he likes to beat people up. I don't know how you can love someone like that, but okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying. How can you love someone that has a Hall of Pain that loves to beat people up? Like that doesn't seem. I'm like Kool-Aid Man Mark Henry now. I love that guy. Kool-Aid Man Mark Henry. But yeah, this was just a solid match. Rusev still looks good, and it's Rusev is the best booked character in the WWE right now. What I mean by that, I'm not saying he's the most entertaining character or most enjoyable, but when it comes down to booking, at least he's been consistent with this guy, and he's been really well booked. So he's the best booked character in the company. But I just don't really care about him all that much because it's just like we all know where it's going to lead to at the end of the day. That's what the depressing part about the Rusev character is that we know how it's going to end. And once it ends, can you recover after that ending? You know, that type of deal. So, yeah, Rusev wins. Anyone else's thoughts on the match?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel that this match, even though it's probably, you want to go through wrestler one by one, but the look at this match made me think, could this not have been a handicap tag?
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it performed, he could have taken both out during that match in a handicap.
Exactly. It would have helped Rusev a lot more. But you could also say that for Survivor Series, like handicap elimination match or some shit like that. But even then, yeah, a handicap match would have worked anyways. I mean, if Mark Henry was going to come out there, like, why not? Why not do it?
Hopefully it's Survivor Series then.
Yeah, probably Survivor Series or something. But, yeah, no, I agree. A handicap elimination match would have worked perfectly here because it's like Mark Henry was a part of the feud anyways. I mean, we already saw Big Show Rusev on fucking Raw, and they double teamed him. Why not have it where, you know, well, we don't have a GM anymore, but why not have it where like Triple H is like saying, I'm sick and tired of your crap, Rusev. You know, if you wanna show that you're stronger than America, you have to go against America's two strongest soldiers, and you have Big Show and Mark Henry. That would have made this match a little bit more interesting, and hopefully there was no heel turn that was going to be planned for it, but hell, at least it would have been more interesting to see those two. And hell, Big Show and Mark Henry are a tag team anyway, so why not build that tag team momentum for them? Why not?
If they are going to do the heel turn, if they're going to do it tonight on Raw, have the handicap match on Raw if they're going to rush it, and have Mark Henry turn on Big Show during the match.
Yeah, but even though I wouldn't like that, but yeah.
No.
Yeah, but like you said, if they were going to rush the situation, which in most cases the WWE does like to rush their situations when it comes down to it. Antoine, do you have any thoughts on Big Show and Rusev?
I thought somebody's going to get their ass kicked, somebody's going to get their wig split and beat him up and break their neck. That's what I thought was going to happen. No. It didn't happen that way. You know, they first they bring the guy, the Halloween costume military guy who got kicked in the face on Raw.
Tony.
Shout out to my military costume, man. Shout out to you, bro. The camouflage, the light camouflage. Shout out to you. This match, I thought they tried. They tried to put investment into this. They tried. And, well, hey, shout out to Lana. How you doing, Lana? You know, my number, nah, you ain't gonna get my number live on there, but, you know, you can follow me on Twitter at Montezi Moore, and we could talk about Russia and the United States all you want to. We could have a very good debate anytime you want to talk about that. You could directly hit me on the DM. I respond back immediately. It goes right to my phone. Anyway, as I was saying, this match was... I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, this match was cool. I mean, it was cool. I like the story they was trying to tell. I mean, it was okay, man. I'm not going to completely trash it, but,
yeah,
you know, Mark Henry came out. They tried, man. I'm not going to throw this one under the tank. I'm not, because they tried, and I could tell this was one of the few they put time into. It was a match. You know, it was a solid match. And, I mean, Rusev's starting to grow on me a little bit. He's starting to grow on me slightly. Now that he's starting to speak some English and getting a little bit more behind his character. I kind of like it. I might be a fan by the time he gets to but after that, it's over.
Yeah, so, it's all over. It's all over.
Chase and Andor, before we move on, you know when they did Umaga, rest in peace, when they made him speak a bit of English, that killed him. Not literally, no, but that...
Oh, that's bad that I laughed at that too. But it was, you set it up so perfectly because you were like, rest in peace, and then afterwards you're like, it killed it. It's just like, oh fuck, dog.
But I'm glad Rusev's speaking English and his career is still moving.
See, I don't like that he's speaking English. I agree with you, man. It's just like he's supposed to be like Ivan Drago. Like maybe some few words here and there if he just were to say like I kill you. Like that's fine, but he can't obviously say kill on a PG show. I don't know why, but he can't say that. Like, or if he just said I crush you, I'll be fine with that. But him like actually speaking language, going Big Show, I want to defeat you, Big Show. I'm like, God damn, calm down, fucker. Like, I'm sorry. I don't need to hear him speak English. I agree, man. I think it hurts him a little bit because he's supposed to be a monster. He's supposed to be a Bulgarian brute. Like, I've never met a brute or seen a brute, like, from the History Channel going, hey, China, I crush you. Like, they go, they speak in their fucking native tongues. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think he needs to talk that much.
Not with Lana there. No.
Yeah,
I also have a website. You can also check me out, Lana, at motorlifeent.com. And, you can hit up the contact tab and send an email. I respond via email as well if you want to, talk to me about anything. Also, well, let me stop because we'll be going on forever. You'll be like, yo, Antoine, it's not going to happen, bro. Chill.
Man, you never know, man. You never know. It's a small world after all.
Hey, you never know. The Rock came back unexpectedly. Hey, I might have a shot, man. I might have a shot.
We all know why The Rock came back unexpectedly. That was just get inside Lana's pants. But moving on forward, we have the Divas title match between Paige and AJ Lee. And look, we all said it's a bland match. But I just want to ask, how come these two women cannot connect in the ring? Does any of you guys have an answer why? Because it surprises me because we have Paige, who can put on good matches with certain women, and we have AJ Lee, who can put on good. Okay, your wife, and we also have AJ Lee, and we also have AJ Lee, who can also put on good matches with other women. How is it that these two just can't click? None of their matches has been great. None of their matches have been good. They've been decent to solid, and it's surprising to me because they've been working the live events together and all that stuff. Like, how come these two just can't seem to click in the ring? I just don't get it. I mean, this was supposed to be, according to the IWC, our next Trish and Lita. This was supposed to be that. Our next Mickey Trish. Our next AJ Lee Caitlyn. This was supposed to be our good women's matches that we've been missing. And I'm sorry, when the Bella Twins outshine you two, that's when you know that they just don't have any chemistry. I'm sorry, haven't gotten into any Paige or AJ Lee matches. I mean, Paige, she's put on good matches before with Natalya, Emma, and Naomi. AJ Lee has put on good matches with Caitlyn, Natalya, Brie Bella, and the list can go on and on of good matches we've seen with AJ Lee. How come these two women can't freaking click and put on a good match? Do any of you guys have an answer to me why these two women can't click?
Go ahead, man. No, you go first, man. Go first.
Okay, I think because of the match we spoke about earlier, the Brie Bella thing and where they're possibly going to be going next, I think this should have been a match that links what they've both got in common, submission move. If this is going to be their last pay-per-view match against each other, it should have been what's going to make them work, an ultimate submission match where majority of the moves in the match are what they're good at, submission, and that would have been a complimentary match, better than the Brie Bella and other Bella match, and I feel that it would have been a good blow-off unless they're thinking of continuing somehow.
First of all, I want to say, Paige, you haven't called me yet, Paige, and we have a problem. And if you don't call me as soon as possible, Paige, I'm gonna have to let you go. And
have you on Lana, now you're hitting on Paige. Like, what's next? Do I need to call Charlotte Flair up in here?
No, look. Oh yes, Lord, don't get me started. No, let me stop. Charlotte is third on my. No, Charlotte is fourth. It goes Paige, Lana, Naomi, then Charlotte Flair. That's my list. But as I was saying, to get all seriousness, all hitting on girls aside, even though they'll probably never hear it.
You never know. Like, I have a theory that some of these wrestlers watch my videos and stuff because they never respond to me on Twitter when they want to respond to everyone else. They're probably like, that's that fucking cunt who makes those videos. So you never know, man.
Shout out to Paige, man. But this matchup was the worst out of the few they've had on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This was the worst. The first one was actually the best one they had.
No, I disagree. The first one was so
Which
botchy. I
one?
said the SummerSlam match was their better one. I
Which one?
think,
The one where AJ won?
no, the one where Paige won at SummerSlam. I thought that was their best one.
Is that the one where she reversed the move and hit her with the DDT?
Yeah, that's the SummerSlam one.
Okay, then that's the one I'm talking about. Then my bad. That's
Yeah,
the one.
no, the first one was so botchy between those two. Like they
Yeah,
botched the ending. Like it was like, oh god, it was not good.
that's the first one. Not the first one. That one I was talking about when she reversed the Black Widow move and then hit it with the DDT and beat her. That was the best one they had. This matchup was very bland, man. I actually turned it off for a while, bro. I went outside and talked on the phone because I was like, yo, there's a day in America or outside the country, wherever you live, that I would rather watch a Bella's match and be entertained than watch a Paige and AJ Lee match and be bored. What the hell has happened to wrestling?
No, I'm just asking, why can't these two women click? How come these don't have chemistry? I just don't get it. Like, I'm pretty sure like someone that watches the live event scene will tell me like, oh, their live event matches are good, but that's good. But I'm not watching those live event matches. I'm watching what they're putting on TV. Like, why do these two not have chemistry? That is my question. Are they just overthinking the match before they go out there? Is it that they just try too hard to put on a good match? They're putting too high of expectations on themselves. Like, why is it that these two cannot just click in the ring? Why is it?
They just don't. Some dance partners just you just can't dance to a certain song with certain people, bro. It
Uh,
just it just sounds good on paper. It's a dream matchup, and we all thought Lesnar and Goldberg would be the shit, and we see how that turned out. I mean, we all on paper on 2K on SmackDown, on 2K games, it seems like an awesome matchup. In real life, boy, Jesus Christ, Stone Cold couldn't even say that shit. That tells you something.
I've got my last statement about the Divas is the WWE. It's just like the tag. This is pretty much dead. There's not enough feud here. Like Natalia should have been the top base diva here, alongside AJ or Paige, whoever they wanted as the face. But the thing is, these two are meant to be our top two divas right now until they decide on which Bella's going to be up there. And this is what they're relying on to give us the top divas match. And like we've just said in this review, is that the second-rate divas match overpowered this one, and sadly, it's like it's going to give the WWE the case of let's concentrate more on the Bella twins because they're the ones that seem to have attracted the fans on Hell in a Cell and bring them up to the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like to me, it's like also it just shows that the WWE is half-ass backwards because they had AJ Lee retain here. It shows that Total Divas effect is in place. That if you're on Total Divas, you can't win the Divas Championship, and that's a shame because you're losing 6 quality wrestlers in your Divas division that are on Total Divas. You lost Paige, you lost Alicia Fox, you lost the Bellas, you lost Natalia, and you lost Naomi. Like AJ Lee has no one to face now. Like literally, like everyone she can face is either down at NXT, who most likely will get put on Total Divas. You telling me they're not going to try to convince Charlotte Flair to go on Total Divas? Ric Flair on reality TV? Oh, fuck yeah. Sign me up for that shit. That would be hilarious. Him drunk all the time? Oh, money right there. Sasha Banks? She screams Total Divas. And Bayley? She's most of the Divas, so I'm pretty sure they would want her on Total Divas just because it would help her out. I mean, really, to be honest, WWE's half-ass backwards in the Divas division right now. It's like they're telling you that the most important thing to the Divas division is not the Divas Championship. It's being on Total Divas. That's what they're trying to tell you with a lot of their cast members because who are not on Total Divas. Layla, Emma, Lana, Tamina Snuka. Those 4 are not on Total Divas. Lana can't be on there for reasons because of her character. Emma, I don't know why she's not on there. I mean, you're not doing anything else with that girl. Layla, she's almost like in every other episode of Total Divas, so why isn't she on there? And Tamina's injured. Like, I'm just saying, man, like, that's AJ Lee's competition that could actually take the belt off her. Any of y'all interested to see Emma win the title? Probably
Light it up.
I would
Anyone
like
interested in
to
Layla
point
winning the
out a
belt
diva.
again? Who do you want to point out?
A diva you pointed out was Ric Flair's daughter coming up. To be honest, I'm not excited to her coming up because she's gonna get the same booking as AJ and Paige got. She's gonna come in,
Yeah.
defeat all the divas, be up there with AJ and Paige, and then it's gonna be bland again. It's gonna be bland. She's gonna be good at the beginning, defeat everyone, and she's gonna be bland.
Yep.
Who you guys talking about? Charlotte?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit on her. I'm not gonna hit on her. This Charlotte man. I think how do I feel Charlotte? I don't know. I'm not trying to change the subject, but just looking at the roster put up to the divas. There's something about some of the female wrestlers in NXT that's missing. I don't know. There's a couple of them I'm like, I don't even want to see them on TV. On the main roster. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's just comparing them to like the tag teams that they have and the divas. Some of them is like y'all just need to stay down there and never come up. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it just doesn't. I mean, you got girls talk some girl bye and all that crap. Like, why is she on the roster? Like, what does she do? She's not even good. Like, why is she there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. This Divas division, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It gives me a headache even thinking about it. That's the one conversation where I'm like stumped on what to do with the Divas division.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing either. But let's move on forward now. And remember, guys, we're coming near the end. We're talking about the main event. So if you guys have any questions for us, leave them down in the comment section down below. Hi to Ryan Scaletta. Thanks for joining us. And also the MC7112. Thanks for joining us as well. Don't forget to leave questions down in the comment section down below as we talk about the main event of the evening. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. The IWC got what they wanted, damn it. We got Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. But did we get the right result? Oh, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Now, let me just say this. I felt that the beginning of the match should have just been focused on around Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I thought it was stupid to have Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury get way involved, but good on you, Jamie Noble, and good on you, Joey Mercury, getting that Hell in a Cell paycheck. So proud of you guys on that. But other than that, seriously, I wish they were involved in this match. I felt like, that first spot that they did where they fell through the tables, it would have felt more organic if Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose were just brawling with each other to start off this match on top of the cell, and then you had it where they both fell through the tables. That would have been awesome organically. But the way it went and how slow-paced it was booked, you knew something was going to happen. You knew that a high spot was going to happen. You're like, okay, a high spot's going to happen. But if they were just brawling on top of the cell and they were trying to fight each other and kill each other on top of the cell, and then that shit happened, I would have said, damn, that was awesome. But when it happened, it was a cool spot, but it was it was so planned. It was so it just looked fake. I'm just gonna be honest here. This is some of the stuff that I hate. It looks so fake, like the camera all panned correctly. Like, don't worry, we got these motherfuckers on the side of the screen. We ready for this shit. It just looked so fake, man. It was just so fucking fake. How panned the camera, and that's the problem. They just telegraphed it way too much. Like I said, it was an organic brawl, and Seth was trying to escape by climbing down the cage after Dean gets the upper hand, and Dean's still chasing him, and then they start brawling it on the side, and then they both fall. Okay, would have felt more organic, but the way they did it with all the slow spots, just so fucking fake. And the rest of the match, it was a really great match. I thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the spots they had. Even though Corporate Kane almost ruined the match, I felt that they did a good job in making sure Kane wasn't a big prominent person in the match. But I really liked a lot of the match. I did. I thought it was a great match. But the ending really hurts this match for me. And we'll talk about the ending, but I want to get the panel's thoughts first. Antoine, what do you think about this match?
Well. We are at the main event.
Yeah, we'll talk about the ending after we talk about our thoughts on the match.
Okay, my brother, like Dean Ambrose said. Listen, man, this matchup was pretty solid. I mean, it was solid. It should have been where it was, the main event. The fall off through the tables. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, and then I thought about it, and then I thought about it rewind. I said, "Damn, them cameras was right there, boy. They were ready." That's the first thing I thought too. I noticed little shit like that. The match overall was good. I was very happy with the match. It was okay. Solid match, and I'm not saying it was horrible at all. I liked it. It was good for the feud. I would have, like I said before, I would have liked to see some blood, and it would have been a great match. But yeah, man, that was pretty good. That's really all I have to say, man. I like the chemistry. I like when they were both beating each other's ass with the chair. That was very entertaining. Especially the way Seth Rollins was selling it. Seth's the way you could look now. Let me tell you something. Go back and look back at that matchup. See how hard they were hitting each other. They were hitting each other.
Yeah.
They were slamming. It was like, bitch, you owe me some gas money for them car rides. Type hits. Like, bro, you took my girlfriend at the bar that night. Type hits, but.
Yeah, they were hitting each other hard with those chair shots. What about you, NJ? What do you think about the match? And then we'll discuss the fucking ending.
They kicked the match up in a brilliant way, because the amount of Hell in a Cell matches we've had in the past where we've wanted them to make use of the cell, go to the top, fight up there. Yes, we're never going to get a Undertaker Mankind style again. Never. PG protects that. So they gave us the next best thing.
Not only PG protects it, but also the cell's like 20 feet in the air. I don't know, a good idea for a human body to fall 20 feet in the air. But yeah, it's also PG. Not only PG, but also how big the cell is now compared to what it was then.
The Kane involvement, to be honest, I would have really put him in the Orton and Cena match. Had him come out through the cell, head through the cell, that thing that he used to do. That, and in this match, pure fight between the two until the finish. But this match, I'm liking how they used a bit of story in it when he brought in the concrete bricks and
the chair shots, the chair shots in the back were very similar to how Rollins hit Ambrose in the back with the chair. The story elements were great in this match.
There was a lot in it, and I felt that they could have really offered much more between these two, because they both really went at it. The medics coming out added bit to the story. I think great main event, told a story. But yes, I think the finish leaves us thinking these two deserve actually one clean match against each other. But is it going to happen now?
Yeah. So the finish, if anyone doesn't know, it's gotta be Bray. It's gotta be Bray. Dean Ambrose was about to curb stomp Seth Rollins through the concrete bricks. All of a sudden, the lights go out, and I thought this was some technical error by the WWE bullshit. I thought, oh my god, the network is fucking. This is bad. This is bad. They're fucking up.
Oh god, I want my refund. I want my refund.
That's what I literally thought. Like, oh, they're fucking up on this big spot. No way. And then all of a sudden, you're. And then all of a sudden, the budget cuts. They fucking imagine to have a hologram, and out comes Bray fucking Wyatt. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And Bray Wyatt attacks Dean Ambrose, leading to Seth Rollins to get the win. And now we're getting Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose to feud. And let me just say this. It's
coming. He's coming. He's about to snap. It's coming.
This was fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. This was dumb to me. Because if you liked it, that's your business. Just know, I thought this was so damn dumb. What? In what world do you end an epic rivalry match with someone else being the decisive factor in that rivalry? Bray Wyatt, who had no relations to either Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose, ends the feud? He's the decisive factor. It's not Seth Rollins who was the decisive factor. It wasn't Dean Ambrose. It was Bray motherfucking Wyatt. The same Bray Wyatt who couldn't even defeat John Cena's legacy. The same Bray Wyatt that was botching up all over the place with Chris Jericho. The same Bray Wyatt that has been dead since Over the fucking Limb or Payback or whatever that last man standing match took place. Whatever pay-per-view that was. This Bray Wyatt, this lifeless creature on my television, he is the one to decide the Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose feud? Fuck off. Like seriously, this is the best you can give us. All these people comparing this to it was like Kane and Undertaker. No. This was not like Kane and Undertaker. Because Kane and Undertaker, Kane was, first of all, announced months in a fucking advance. I know a lot of you guys just watched the DVD footage, or you read the Wikipedia, or you played the WWE video games, and they tell you how the Kane and Undertaker storyline went. But no, it was months in advance where Paul Bearer told Undertaker in the middle of the ring, Kane is alive! Kane is here! And Kane was a big part in the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker feud. He was integrated into that Shawn Michaels and Undertaker feud, and you were wondering, when the fuck is Kane going to show up? And Kane did show up. Kane did show up. He was a part of the feud. It wasn't like Bray Wyatt was hinting, I'm going after a lunatic fringe. I'm going after someone that has a people's pulse in their hearts. You're like the circle of the earth. You have the whole world in your hands. Where's my whole world? Where's my hands?
I'm going after somebody. You're going after somebody. A certain lunatic. You know how Bray Wyatt be talking. He'd be like,
there was nothing of Bray Wyatt hinting he may be going after Dean Ambrose. No, all Bray Wyatt was doing was like, I'm setting you free, Harper. I'm sending you to TNA, Eric Rowan. Go out there and be useless. Go out there and fail in your single runs as I try to be a babyface. That's what Bray Wyatt was doing. He was not doing anything to say, oh, I'm going after Dean fucking Ambrose. This was WWE trying to be too cute and too fancy, and it's WWE showing you that we can do whatever the fuck you want, and you guys will like it or hate it regardless. It doesn't matter what your reaction is. We're still going to do it. Doesn't matter. But it's just like, how come Dean Ambrose couldn't, like, this is what I would have done. Ambrose misses a curb stomp, onto the concrete, hits the concrete, holds his leg for a bit. Rollins goes, curb stomps Ambrose. Rollins goes for a quick cover. 1, 2, Ambrose kicks out. Rollins can't believe it. He goes for another one, misses the curb stomp. Ambrose goes, catches him, dirty deeds, 1, 2, 3, match over. Ambrose gets his revenge. Rollins looks good in defeat. Ambrose is celebrating, the fans are all happy, and then this shit happens. Fine. That works for me. But this was just too cute, too fucking fancy. I mean, at this point in time, Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose shouldn't be feuding each other. They shouldn't. I mean, Bray Wyatt, I talked about, he's lifeless. There's nothing in this character that's interesting right now. Dean Ambrose, he's still building as a character. This is the same Dean Ambrose, people, who hasn't won a pay-per-views match since turning into a single superstar. This guy has not won one pay-per-view match. You know it's sad when The Miz has more pay-per-view wins than you. You have no pay-per-view wins. Zero. Not a zilch. You are not an established character yet in the WWE, just like Bray Wyatt is an established character yet in the WWE. I know a lot of you people think Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt are established characters, but they aren't. They're still growing into superstars. I feel like they're feuding way too early. You could have saved this for WrestleMania this year, or fucking SummerSlam next year, or hell, next year Survivor Series.
Go ahead, man. I'll go after you, bro.
I'm done. I'm done.
The first thing I want to say is, at first, I was liking it. The reason I say that is the surprise factor. We hate predictability. We hate when the WWE gives us stuff which we know the result. So I thought a surprise factor, thumbs up to that. We did not expect this unless you read something. The bad thing is, if this is put down as their last match, then it should not have been touched. It should have been kept between these two to settle their differences. The feud next could have started during a promo on Raw. But this, I felt, at first liked it, and then all of a sudden they've completely blown the chance for Rollins to have won somehow, or Ambrose to get the final win to end the feud.
Yeah, I agree, man. If this was going on in the middle of the show, I would have just ate it. I would still have hated it, but I would have just sucked it up and said, fuck it. It is what it is. But it's just like, god damn, dude. Like, Antoine, what are your thoughts on this?
They lost me when the lights went off for 5 minutes, and then you get off, and then you see this hologram thing like they got from Busch Gardens or some shit. And I was like, Jesus Christ, God. That was like, why? And then here comes Bray Wyatt, and I'm just like, okay, cool. And I felt very unsatisfied. You let the Bellas have a match where they could finish each other, where they could be fair and square, but you can't let this matchup have something where the rivalry could be over. After all these months of chasing, this guy is running for months and months and months. This guy is running. And you can't, even if he wins, you can't let the guy just have a clean moment. You're gonna have Seth Rollins be a chicken shit his whole character. You're gonna have Dean Ambrose get to the point where he can never finish off a rivalry. Do you notice that ever since it's been the Shield or whatever, it's always been something going on where it seems like rivalries barely could finish without something happening. They beat Evolution, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns gets turned on. Then you have a couple feuds, even when they're earlier started with the Shield, that went unfinished. Then Dean Ambrose goes solo, and he finally gets a chance to go against his former best friend. Then that gets unfulfilled. It just always seems like something is always happening where he can't seem to. It's like something's always happening to the guy, and Seth Rollins always gets away. So now he doesn't get his victory over Seth Rollins. So now he's just gonna forget about that whole thing and just go to Bray Wyatt. Wow.
That brings me to a point. Aren't we going to get replays on Raw? Isn't Ambrose going to get a win on Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably get a win on Raw.
Well, not against Seth Rollins, because tonight's big main event match is John Cena versus Seth Rollins, as announced on WWE.com. Yeah, WWE has announced it. But they've done this in the past where they've announced matches that they don't really do them on TV. So, yeah, man, I'm just not a fan of the ending. If any of y'all can make the ending make sense for me, go right ahead. Do it. Try. But this ending, it was just like NJ said, it was good that, it wasn't predictable. We don't like when shit is predictable, but come on, man. Like, not to a big-time feud. Not to a big-time feud like this. You can't do this to, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I'm just sorry. You just can't do that. It's just, it was whatever. All right, so we're going to get into some of y'all's questions. I think there's like 2 really long questions that we're going to answer here. Let's see. I just got to click this little Google's notification just to see who's sending in questions. All right, then. So first off, MJ Hooked on MMA asked, oh my God, what the fuck, YouTube? All right, there we go. YouTube really needs to fix these comments, by the way, on the Google Hangouts. They piss me off. MJ Hooked on MMA asked, who here thinks John Cena has a chance of taking the title from Lesnar? I can see them making John Cena versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31. If Lesnar loses the belt, they can still make him face Daniel Bryan. That match is a high profile, would sell like hell. The Beast versus the Beard, or will be Reigns versus Lesnar. Does Cena have a chance? So does Cena have a chance to become the WWE Heavyweight Champion before WrestleMania, boys?
Oh God! Wow! Woo! Ric Flair voice. Well, you never know. You never know. It could be Survivor Series, TLC, Royal Rumble. I know they're dropping Elimination Chamber, whatever, Fast Lane or whatever they're calling now.
Fast Lane.
The WWE Fast Lane live. God, leave that sound.
And they better use that Eminem song. Living life in the fast lane, fast
lane, fast lane. When the cash came. I think oh man, I lost my train of thought. I think this really there's a big possibility, man. Thanks for submitting the question. There's a possibility. I pray to God on my life it's not, but it's a possibility. He's gonna be walking around and you're gonna hear still hot, knock your shell off, money stat fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. Yep.
All righty, then. MJ, what about you? Is there an opportunity that John Cena walks out as WWE Champion next time he faces Brock Lesnar?
There's been big thoughts that a UFC fighter wants to re-challenge Brock Lesnar, so Brock Lesnar could possibly take the offer and go back. I would like him to possibly stay for another year and do things properly, but if he's going to leave, then they're going to want to make the most of his pay-per-view appearances. And if Cena does beat Brock, Brock's going to get a rematch. So how long are they going to stretch this match or this feud on for? Does he defeat Brock, and then defeat Brock again?
Hey, man, I'm still waiting on the Rock's rematch.
So I would say it's likely, but what's the bigger match, guys? Is it Reigns and Cena or Reigns and Lesnar?
Oh, bigger match would be Reigns and Lesnar, but the match that would make more sense would be Reigns and Cena. And here's the thing, because let's face it, the IWC, they're already turning their backs on Roman Reigns. So for whatever reason, they all hate Roman Reigns now. It's like a theme in the WWE. IWC fans like bigger wrestlers, but then when the bigger wrestlers start to get a push, they don't like them anymore. And I can understand some people's complaints why they don't like Roman Reigns. I can totally understand. But it's like, Roman Reigns right now, he's not public enemy number one. He's not the guy they want to see beat Brock Lesnar for the title because they want to see, yes, Daniel Bryan become champion again. They want to see Daniel Bryan as the dude. So really, to be honest, if you want a match where Roman Reigns can get predominantly cheered and look like the hero that you want it to be or to look like the next big star, it would have to be Cena. I mean, because like Lesnar, fans are going to cheer Lesnar over Reigns. Like I can already see it where Reigns is going to do the cock punch. He has a cock helmet. He loads up the cock. Punch is going to go, Soar! And then goes for the Superman punch. The fans are just going to go, instead of going, Raw! With Roman Reigns, they're going to go, boo! Like that's Roman Reigns is about to hit the Superman punch on Lesnar for the win. So, really, to be honest, man, like Cena makes more sense, but definitely Lesnar is a bigger match.
Anton?
I agree with Chase, man. My boy Roman, my boy. The people already turned their back on my boy, man. They're already turning their back, bro. This guy didn't even have a good 6-7 months by himself. Hey, this guy sucks. Why is this guy just giving the spot? This guy just does 3 moves. Why is this guy, his entrance sucks. I don't like his theme music. Why is his hair long? Why does he have the same music as the Shield? Why is this guy dressing all black? Why does this guy look like, why does this guy look like a supermodel? Why does my wife love this guy so much? It's always something, man. It's always something, man. Man, I hate this guy. My wife said she'd leave me for him if she ever met him type thing. They hate the guy. I don't know, man. I see Roman and Lesnar would be good for the box office. Cena's going to pass Roman the torch, and then you're going to hate him, right? So Cena's going to pass Roman the torch.
Exactly.
So I want Cena. This is how the IWC stories go. This is how it goes. I'm going to do this in a quick recap to answer your question, my man. This is how it goes. I always like this guy. I want him to have a title. I want him to be World Heavyweight Champion. Gets a push. Yeah, that's my guy. Gets the belt, starts winning. Why does he always win? After he's always winning. I'm tired of this guy, man. Then they go to the next guy that's like at the lower card. Man, this guy's always getting pushed. This guy never loses. When 3 months ago, man, that's my favorite guy on the roster, man. I can't wait. I couldn't wait for Roman Reigns to go by himself. He's the power of the Shield. He's the muscle of the Shield. Yay, they beat Evolution. Yay, Randy Orton sucks. He beat boring Randy Orton. Triple H's big nose and Batista wearing blue. Yay. Seth Rollins hits him in the back. It's kind of soon. I didn't want to see him break up, and Roman Reigns goes solo and starts doing well. Why does this guy always win? Why does this guy always... It just never ends, bro. Never ends.
Yeah. The next guy after Roman Reigns is Baron Corbin. Calling it now. Baron Corbin, next dude everyone's going to hate.
That's the thing. I don't like Roman Reigns. At first I did. Up to the feud against Orton, Roman Reigns was booked as the Beast. He was winning every match. He was defeating everyone. And when he lost to Orton, brilliant. When he comes back, more than likely, he's going to get a monster push because he's returned. I think going against Cena, yes, Cena will have to do the job this year because he didn't do it to Bray Wyatt. He'll have to lose to Reigns, but in Brock's last match at WrestleMania, if he stays around that long, I think versus Bryan, not really the biggest match. Going against Reigns, big match.
Yeah,
going against Reigns.
And even then, like, I'm sorry, like, if you're talking blockbuster, it's not even Brock versus Reigns or Brock versus Bryan. It's Brock versus Brock, too. I hate to say it, but it's true. That's the biggest blockbuster match that you could have between those two.
Yep.
Like, pick your poison there, IWC. Do you want to see The Rock walk out as champion again? I mean, y'all turned on him, and then now all of a sudden you guys love him again. Like,
let's go with Brock and Lesnar then. I'd have Reigns and Triple H.
All right, Reigns and Triple. Yeah, exactly. Reigns and Triple H would be freaking. I want to see that match. Like, I feel like this year WrestleMania, you know, I feel like it's like maybe too soon for Roman Reigns to win the belt. So I feel like maybe do Reigns and Triple H if you feel like Reigns isn't ready for the top spot, because you know that match will help Roman Reigns become a star, because Triple H will do his damnedest to make Roman Reigns look like $1 million. That's his job nowadays. I mean, hell, he made Daniel Bryan look like a fucking beast. So if you can do that with Daniel, and yes, I know Daniel Bryan's talented, but Triple H made him look like a legit stud. So just being honest here. All right, and next question. Lennox Watterson actually has 2 questions for us. He says, now that the network is being seen as a failure and Ustream not doing IPVs next year, would having other wrestling federations on the network help sales? Keep in mind that WWE wouldn't be producing these shows, merely broadcasting. This wouldn't cost them money. Then they are losing. Blah, blah, ROH, New Japan, Pro Wrestling, PWG, TNA. I think wrestling would slowly become one legitimized in the sport world as it is outside of America, and WWE wouldn't have to acknowledge the competition, see NXT, but there would be more of an inclination for the WWE to work hard on being good. No. Here's the thing, Lennox. That's a good idea on paper. But here's the problem. You're saying WWE won't have to produce the shows. Yes, they would. They would still have to produce the shows that they're doing, because here's the thing. New Japan, if they're going to say we're going to be on the network, okay, we will take half of the production cost, WWE, and you guys promote the rest. But y'all are going to be in the Tokyo Dome. Yeah, we know. We know we're going to be in the Tokyo Dome, but we would like if you guys put in money. See, the other promotions, Lennox, they would be wanting WWE to help out with the payouts. WWE has more money than a lot of these promotions. Like New Japan, they could probably pull it off on their own. But TNA, you're telling me WWE would? TNA has no money. TNA has no fucking money. So you're telling me you want WWE to pick up TNA and try to produce them and also pay their superstars the contracts that they have? Ain't happening, man. Like, other promotions can't be on the network because WWE would still have to pay the production costs of those, because WWE would not like how ROH's camera setup is, or how these cameras are not, are set up. They wanted to make it where it's like, if you're watching something on our network, it has to be our product, it has to be shot our way, it has to have our feeling towards it. That's the thing. Like, you can't just say, like, let's put other fucking promotions on there and it will make the network better. No, because WWE would still have to pay money towards them. They will find a way to get money from WWE. So it wouldn't work out, because they would want their feeling onto the show, because, like maybe Arena of Honor, sure, that could work out, but, how crappy would Ring of Honor look when you go into like a fucking high school gym every once in a while for some of their TV tapings? Like, really? You want that to be shown on your network where it's poorly shot and everything? No, WWE is a corporation. It's a business. You want it to feel like everything on that network is yours, and everything feels like it's organic and up-to-date standards and HD and all that stuff. So it wouldn't work, my man. I get where wrestling fans look at that on paper and think it's a good idea, but here's the thing. It's like, not everyone can get into the Japanese style. Not everyone can get into the Lucha Libre style. Not everyone can get into the Ring of Honor shoot fight style. Not everyone can get into that type of style. Hardcore fans may like it, but if it only caters to the hardcore fans and doesn't help cater to all the casual fans, I don't think it will help out. Anyone else thoughts on this?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. Everything you said, bro.
I feel that I can see where the good idea would come from, because with TNA going out of business, with ROH having some good performance wrestlers, even though they get complaints about booking, I feel putting them onto the network will get them probably a few extra fans, a few extra viewers. But then at the end of the day, it will have to benefit the WWE more than the company itself. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another thing I forgot to mention is, like you said, you have to benefit the WWE. It's like, let's just say there's a Japanese wrestler that you're seeing on there. I'm going to use Okada, for example, because he's my favorite Japanese wrestler right now, next to Hideo Itami. Okada down in New Japan. Let's just say Okada is looking like a beast in New Japan. people are going to be like, how come this guy ain't in WWE? How come Okada ain't in the WWE? He's the New Japan Pro Wrestling Champion. So WWE, let's say, signs him. And then he gets to the WWE, and he doesn't turn out so well, and he's being buried. You're not helping the other companies do anything whatsoever. You know, here's Okada, who's a New Japan Pro Wrestling Champion that you're showing to your fans, and he's looking like a chump losing to Santino Marella on Monday Night Raw. Like, that's what I'm saying. It will hurt other wrestlers if they were on the WWE Network, because, yes, more fans would be exposed to them, but it's just like if you're the top guy in CMLL or the top guy in New Japan or a top guy in whatever the main UK wrestling promotion is nowadays, or a top guy in Dragon Gate, top guy in Arena of Honor, the list can go on, and you look like a chump on WWE, what makes you say, I want to see that promotion? It's like what AJ Styles said about TNA when RVD would come in and beat him. It's like you're saying the WWE guys are better than the TNA guys. And that would just make you tune off, like saying, why should I watch New Japan or CMLL that they're offering? Like, yeah, sure, good matches, but really, to be honest, these guys are not amounting to anything in the WWE. They're not succeeding like I thought they would when I was watching them wrestle. So that's another thing you have to look at into it. Business is hard to figure out sometimes, man. Alrighty then. The Real Hill asks, how better do you think Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell match would have been if WWE was TV 14? Well, they wouldn't be TV 14 on pay-per-view. They would be a different rating, but it would have been fucking good. I thought they would have been a better match, more blood, more gory stuff. I'm pretty sure we would have seen some thumbtacks like the good old days in WWE, so it would have been fucking good. It was TV 14.
I agree. It would have been very good to have a little bit of more action as opposed to what we got, man. You know, they did the best they could do, but I definitely think a Hell in a Cell match needs blood, like an Elimination Chamber, certain things, man, certain stipulations. Not every match does, but it's something missing, man. There's something missing to a wrestling story now without it, man. It really is.
With all the wrestlers within the WWE, you expect the way that Ambrose has been running about since he became, he's definitely one of them that should be in a high quality TV 14 plus match, and I think they could have given that to us because they've had Brock Lesnar bust Cena open, allow the blood to be seen on multiple screens.
Yes.
So I think allowing that once a year, twice a year,
that's fine.
I think yeah.
That's perfect. I mean, because like, here's the thing, like you said, Ambrose is one of those characters that it's like, you know, TV 14. It seems to fit what his style of wrestling is. Like, if you see Dean Ambrose cut a promo of how much he wants to destroy someone, you're like, God, this guy is so psycho enough he could do it. But if it's like if he beats up the guy and he looks like he's fine after the pay-per-view, he has no like stitches, nothing, a bandage on his head to show that he got his ass beat. It's like, how am I supposed to believe Dean Ambrose is this lunatic fringe, which, by the way, we don't even know what the fuck a lunatic fringe is. We just call him that. But, like, how are we supposed to believe that? I totally agree with you, MJ. Like, they need something like that to make it feel like, you know, Ambrose is legit, and blood is fine, like you say, once or twice a year. That's what made Brock Lesnar's match with Cena Extreme Rules one of their best matches, because right when the opening bell, Cena was busted open, you're like, oh, fucking shit, Brock's not holding back on his punches. These guys are going at it for real. Like, that helps out a lot. So really, to be honest, I agree, man. Like, I feel like if it was TV 14, the match would have been a lot more gruesome. You know, like I said, maybe thumbtacks, barbed wire, who knows? But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Gemini S asks, would extending the opening match to help Cesaro look good? Chase said he needed to pin Ziggler at least once, and I completely agree. Yes, it would have. I mean, seriously. I mean, Cesaro needed at least to do something to look good. I mean, seriously, why does he have to look like a chump most of the time, man? Give my boy Cesaro some love.
Yeah, man. Please give my boy his opportunity, man. The guy's one of the most talented wrestlers I've seen in a long time. Give my man a shot. Give him a shot. Stuff they're doing with him is crazy, man. I'm not saying everybody needs to be a star and stuff, but you got a couple guys on that roster. You just give him a shot. They'll be somebody, man. Especially Cesaro.
I fully agree. The only thing is, I feel that Cesaro was man of that match, even though Ziggler put on some good moves. And I'm starting to go against fans that say, as long as they look good in the match, they'll look good going forward. I agree with it to some extent, but I think Cesaro, especially after the Battle Royal, he should be right now. He should be up there putting on continuous good matches against Randy Orton as a face, or probably Seth Rollins and stuff like that. But the WWE, for some reason, think that he's better off as a mid-carder.
I don't know about man. Like, remember when we thought this guy was going to be? Fuck off. He was supposed to be like the next guy to maybe face Lesnar or some shit. Like, fuck off.
Sad times.
No, not happening. Anyways, the MC7112 asked, "What is next for Dolph Ziggler?" Luke Harper. I'll say Luke Harper to be different.
I said this in my Hensel review. I personally think, even though it would have helped if Miz became champion, like Chase said, but Barrett might have to return as a heel then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Barrett's coming back soon. Yeah. I'm afraid I got some bad news for Dolph Ziggler.
There's my answer.
Curtis Axel.
What?
Ryback.
No, I'm playing. Oh, God.
That's another guy. Like, remember last year, Curtis Axel was being shown IC champion and shit. Now he's like bumming with Ryback, man. All right, make my boy Ryback do something again, WWE. Fuck. We need more. I miss that guy. The big guy.
Rusev.
Rusev against Ziggler? I don't know. Make him IC champ?
Yeah, probably not.
Well, if I was to reverse the question quickly, where does Cesaro go from here?
Superstars.
Total divas.
Gee.
Commentator. 5 different languages.
NXT. Again.
Maybe Sami Zayn? I don't know what's next for Cesaro, man. That's
Car mechanic.
What?
Teaming with Chris Hero in the Indies again?
He goes
Cable
to
installer? Installs cable?
He goes to TNA with Eric Rowan.
Oh no. Oh no, we don't need that. We don't need that. That's not best for business, as Triple H would say. I mean, Eric Rowan going to TNA is not going to help him. And by the way, guys, Eric Rowan's not in TNA. I just joke around because I don't like him.
I know. Yeah.
All right. Jerry Walker asks, do you think it's bullshit that we can't get a bloody cage match anymore because of the PG rating? I'm not trying to sound like Wrestling TV 14 fanboy, but I find it unrealistic for 2 guys with so much animosity going into a cage match and not great one spill of blood. Yep, it is bullshit that we can't get a fucking bloody cage match. I think we talked about this earlier. You know, they need blood every once in a while, not all the time, though. Lennox Watterson asks, on a scale from Bella Feud to Daniel Bryan, or 1 to 10, how over do you think the individual Shield members are over? All right, so from Daniel Bryan to Brie Bella, from the Bella Feud to Daniel Bryan, so 1 to 10. How over is Seth Rollins, NJ, from 1 to 10? How over is he?
Thing is, I don't think he's counted as over. I think the evolution. I think Ambrose is putting Rollins over. So I think he's. I hate judging by numbers. Obviously over 5 because I think he does offer something.
Okay, 5. What about you, Antoine?
I give him a 7.
I give him a 6.
I'd say
6.
5, 6, or 7. It depends on how you grade, but I give him probably 6 or 7 too, man. I just he has such a baby face look, bro. He has such a good guy moveset and such a good guy type personality that when he tries to play a mean chicken shit, it just doesn't fit him. Like, it just doesn't. You're just waiting for that moment for you to cheer him, and then you'll never have to boo him again. He's like the new age RVD type situation. RVD's never been heel. You never want him to be heel. It's like Seth Rollins is that guy you didn't want him to become heel because you just want to. He has the most fan favorite. He has one of the 2 or 3 most fan favorite movesets in the business. You just want to cheer the guy.
Yep. All right. What about the lunatic fridge, Dean Ambrose, from 1 to 10? How over is he? NJ.
This one, I think, is quite high. I think Ambrose is the one who made Seth look good. I'm still yet to see how he works with Roman.
Yeah.
I'm going to go quite high. I hate giving people 10 because that means out this world. So I'm going to go with between 8 and 9.
8 and 9. Okay. What about you, Antoine?
I give him an 8. I give him an 8.
I give it. I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think like the lunatic fringe is on the fringe of being really, really over, but it's like the company is like the guys at the end of the day that will decide, oh, you're over if I say you're over. Ah! Like that's what Vince. You're over if Vince McMahon wants you to be over. That's just how it works in the WWE. Alrighty then. Now it's time for the cock punch. Roman Reigns. How much is the cock punch over?
Go ahead, bro.
Reigns. I think
the cock punch.
At first, Ambrose was shown as the guy to go forward first. Then they moved on to Reigns. I think Reigns is still possibly a guy that they want to put forward first, but I think he is a 7.
A 7? Okay. Yeah, I can see that. What about you, Antoine?
7.5. I
Yeah,
say 7. I say 7.
I'm with NJ on just 7 for cock punch. I mean, cock punch is over. Don't get me wrong. Like everyone loves him when he does the hand cock and the cock punch. Like that's the cock punch. I'm sorry, it's not the Superman punch because he's a little like masturbating. He's like, that's why I call it the cock punch. That's why I call him cock punch. Like I don't hate Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. I think a lot of people know that. That's just my little nickname for him, cock punch, just because he does that. Once he changes it, then it's fine. But I just feel with Roman Reigns, it's like he has the potential to be either the next John Cena or the next Dave Batista / Triple H. Whereas, like, John Cena, he's just going to get booed, mixed reaction. He's considered the guy, but he's not really a guy of the company. The WWE just force feeds him down your throat, and you're sick and tired of Cena's bullshit. Or it could be like Batista and Triple H, where they develop a character for him, where people actually like. The internet fans don't necessarily hate him, but he's not necessarily every internet fan's favorite, where it's like, I don't mind Roman. Like Batista, when Batista was on top, everyone's like, I don't mind Batista. I mean, he puts on good matches every once in a while, but he's not my favorite. Like Triple H, I don't mind Triple H, but he's not my favorite, like back in the Attitude Era. So Roman Reigns has that potential to be over. It depends on how the company books him. Like, it also depends on Roman Reigns when he comes back. I mean, because if he does cock punch, spear, and that leg drop still, it's like, dude, you got to improve, man. You can't just throw in a vertical suplex and say, oh, I added a move. You can't add in a Samoan drop that every Samoan uses and say, oh, I have a fucking move now. Like, you have to learn certain elements in wrestling. Like, one thing Stone Cold talked about, Roman Reigns, he should start adding some movesets to pick apart a body part, start picking apart the arm or the chest area, since he likes to use a lot of moves that attack there. Pick apart those body parts, learn to slow it down a little bit, use his explosiveness at the right moment at the right time. Like, if Roman Reigns comes back and he shows a lot of improvement, he's going to be good. But if he's keeping doing this for the next 5 years, it's not going to turn out well for Roman Reigns.
I want to play devil's advocate. I want to play devil's advocate quickly. I think number one, he should have a torture rack, and the second thing is, if Seth Rollins turns face, do you think that will increase his points that we've given him?
Yes, it would. It would increase his points because, like, I've said it the most. Seth Rollins is like the next Jeff Hardy. That's not a bad thing, people. That's good. Jeff Hardy was like one of the more over guys. Like, I see Seth Rollins like. See, as a babyface, it'll work perfectly, like, because he will be a great chaser for the belt. He's like the Jeff Hardy you want to see win. He has the crazy hair. Like, I don't know if he'll ever bring out the face paint or he as charismatic as Jeff was, but just how he was in the ring. But he's definitely someone where it's just like you would want to see him win. You're like, I want to see Seth Rollins succeed as a babyface. Like, he just works well as a babyface, in my personal opinion. So, like, yeah, if Seth Rollins was babyface, I think he will be a little bit more over because I've been comparing him to Jeff Hardy since I saw this motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, what is this? Like Jeff Hardy light? So.
And guys that do dive. Oh, sorry, Anton. I'll quickly say, guys who do top dives of like the audience stand or top of the Titantron, they're faces. Even like Shane McMahon, Jeff Hardy, Steve Blackman.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna do
Anton?
something like that.
I sit back on the Roman Reigns thing. Shout out to the family as well. Shout out to them. I sit back on the Roman Reigns thing, and I looked at this objectively. If you ever heard the song I made for him, go to youtube.com. That's
I knew.
Roman Reigns, Heart of a Warrior, and check out that song. I had to quit a quick plug, Chase. Thank you. How can I say this? Roman Reigns, I agree totally with Chase because I think it's a Triple H Batista thing. You're not going to be able to see the full Roman Reigns potential until he's heel by himself, he's as a bad guy by himself, and until his work improves by himself. Then it could be from a 7.5 easily to an 8, 9, depending on what he does. If his movesets improves and he can work as a bad guy to see how he works, because you're going to have to switch him eventually, we'll see how it works. He'll be that bad guy that people will love to hate, and then eventually people will probably cheer for him because he's a bad guy. Right now, I wouldn't do the John Cena thing right now. As far as the passing of the torch and all that, I would let that reach for another year or so. Let that build up and see.
Cena.
Oh yeah, I know, right? God bless. I don't even know if I'm gonna be watching.
Come on,
and watching this happen where it is, I just have to see where he's at if he's a heel and how he improves when he comes back. That's really how I could judge it. So I'll give him 7.5 right now.
But Anton, believe in Reigns.
Believe in cock punch. Cock punch is going to take it all the way, man. I like cock punch. Like I said, I'm not a Roman Reigns hater. I like Roman Reigns. I just call him cock punch because he does this shit, man. Like, it's weird. And I think it's a funny name. Like, I'm like cock punch. Okay, how long does it take before WWE realizes the Superman punch should be his finisher? Because, like, remember when The Rock used to do people's elbow as, like, his signature and stuff like that? How long before it will be the cock punch or the Superman punch will it be his finisher? How long will it be until Superman punches like his main finisher and not the spear? Because I think that should be his finisher.
I give him probably WrestleMania.
Okay, WrestleMania.
I'd say when he comes back, let's say, because he's like, people who get injured keep saying the same old thing. I'll be back sooner than later. So I think
I'll be back sooner or later. Believe that.
Between Rumble and WrestleMania, it'll be claimed as his special move.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see. Lennox Waterson asked, in hindsight, was Benoit the perfect world champion to be erased from WWE history? Is there anyone better? Oh yeah, of course Benoit's perfect. He murdered his kid and his wife. Of course he's perfect to be erased from history.
Agreed.
I mean, who else would you say? Like
John Cena.
Well, he's not unless he murders him. He's never to be erased.
Bro, John Cena could murder somebody, and they're gonna find a way to make a spin on it. But he bombed the whole movie theater. But what he did for the charities, what he did for the kids. When he came out and he did the salute, and he came out and he gave all the kids the shirts and showed them so much love and respect. There is something about that is just, you can't hate the guy. You have to respect him now. He works hard. He's there every day. Like all of us, we work our damn jobs, and we don't get no love for it. We're there every day. He's there every day. He shows his face. He's the cash cow, even though they're struggling with money. He's the cash cow. He brings in the money, even though there's wrestlers being released 5 times every month. He's bringing in the money. Yeah, whatever. Fuck out of here.
I just want to say this is totally off the question, but Stone Cold's so lucky that they didn't have this domestic abuse policy when he was champion, when he was married to Deborah. So Stone Cold's pretty lucky on that one. Because like if they were going to protect Stone Cold like they did, they would protect Cena as much as they did with Stone Cold. So that's just the truth. Jay Walker asked, is Antonio Cesaro going to get buried for saying he's sick of John Cena versus Randy Orton? Oh, yeah, he will. You don't speak bad about John Cena and Randy Orton. You just don't. And I agree. I'm glad Cesaro spoke out a bit. Like, it sucks that he might get buried for it, but hell, at least he has an opinion, unlike most of these other dumb fucks in the company. So, yeah, I'm glad for him. Good for him.
Anton?
Oh, man. Probably, more than likely, and it probably started yesterday, last night. It probably started.
Yeah, I bet you, like they were gonna have Cesaro win the title, and then Vince is all like, Cesaro, I heard that you were saying bad things about my man John and Randy. Well, yes, Vince. I just think I'm sick and tired of that match. I feel like we could do something. Yeah, shut up, you piece of shit. I am sick and tired of you giving your opinions. You know whose opinion matters around here? Mine.
You know what, Chase? You know what, Chase? You make a great point because now I'm thinking about that finish of the match where. So what did Ziggler do? He punched him, he super kicked him, then he hit him with the zigzag. Like he hit him with the 3-punch combo. I was like, Ziggler put an onslaught on him at the end. Like,
this is Vince Gorilla.
Oh, yes, indie talent getting buried. This is what you get for talking about John like that. Ah!
That's Vince right there, man.
I'm possibly going to be the only one who thinks Cesaro is not buried. No, I'm saying that. No, I think Cesaro, because of how talented he is, I think Vince McMahon would be a fool to just make him turn out to be someone like Ryback, who failed. I think Cesaro, even though he spoke bad about Cena and spoke about Orton, I think Cesaro is going to bounce back at some point in the future.
And Lennox wanted to make clear about his question that he had. He said, not because he killed his wife, but because his lack of charisma and short run at top on the top topic logic, guys. Oh, was Benoit perfect? Because Benoit wasn't really the perfect champion to have erased from history because, like, he had a great WrestleMania moment. Like, why would you want that gone from your history? I mean, that WrestleMania moment is fucking epic. Him and Eddie holding the belts together, it was like, that shit was amazing. So, no, I don't think Benoit was a perfect guy to be erased from history as WWE champion. If you were to erase one guy from history as WWE champion, fuck, I'm trying to think right now. Maybe Hogan in 2002, because that shit was useless as fuck. Like, that was just trying to ride off the Hulkamania, like, hype train and stuff. So, I'd probably say Hogan in 2002. That would have been a better guy to erase from history. Maybe Rey Mysterio's like 48-minute title reign also you could erase from history. So I think that those would be better champions than Benoit because Benoit, really, to be honest, like I said, he had a great WrestleMania moment. Why would you want that gone from your fucking history? I mean, if I were someone around the company, I wouldn't want that to be gone from my history. I'll tell you that right now.
There is one person, I'm just trying to think if it was the WWE Championship, the one who was Billy Kidman's tag team partner.
Which, Rey Mysterio?
No, that little blonde hair, the one that went to TNA. Brian Kendrick. He was in that different Battle Royal.
Scramble match.
Yeah, he became champion.
No, he didn't become champion. It was interim. It wasn't official.
Okay.
So check this out, y'all. Here's something. The list of Brock Lesnar's matches since returning April of 2012.
All right, we'll read that. We'll read that after I answer this next question.
Okay.
From The Real Heel, one of my guys who asked a lot of questions on my Q&As, asked, what if WWE booked the John Cena and Randy Orton match at the main event of WrestleMania 31 because Vince thought it was best for business, and the fact that John Cena and Randy Orton have never fought at WrestleMania. I think there's only 3 people who would like that. Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, and Kevin Dunn.
And all the little Cena fans out there, that moms spend the $9.99 on the network and the $20 on the John Cena T-shirt, the John Cena towel, the John Cena ice cream bars, the John Cena fans, and the John Cena pencils.
Exactly. The John Cena backpacks and the John Cena folders. Do you think John Cena has one of those John Cena folders that you have? Do you think Vince McMahon has like a John Cena like folder at Gorilla? He's at Gorilla and he's like writing his notes and he puts in the John Cena folder.
Oh yeah, a folder. he probably has like a filing cabinet, like just like John Cena matches. Like he has everything, bro. Like I'm pretty sure there's like meetings. There's like 30-minute meetings on just him, bro. It's like 10 minutes on everybody else and like 30 minutes just on him. And Cena's in there like, no, I don't want to do that. You ever see him talk on Total Divas? He sounds like a robot. No,
yeah.
You're saying that we have
exactly.
Nikki, you say. Yeah. So Nikki's sitting there crying, oh, John, and he's like, so you're saying there's a problem with this relationship? And might be something that we need to change, and if you do, maybe there's something. He's driving. He's always driving. Then there's something that maybe we need to talk about. I mean, I want everything to happen in this relationship that can make you happy. If that makes you happy, that makes me happy. But John, I just need some space. And he's like, well, if you need space, and maybe we need to rethink things. And if you have something, well, then we have issues. Like, Jesus Christ, man, got a bad personality, dude. Nobody talk to their girlfriend like that, bro. Nobody.
Or his like trademark line that he says every season when him and Nikki are fighting. Maybe I'm not with the right woman.
Yeah, maybe I'm not with the right woman. Maybe this is not going to work out. She's all crying and talking to Brie and shit, and Daniel's like, what you want me to say? Like,
Daniel Bryan's sitting there like,
I'm trying to go hunt some deer. I'm trying to go hunt some deer and play with my cat. I mean, my dog. Excuse me, my dog. I got no time for this. And he's, I'm busy. I take care of a lot of stuff. I gave you. I thought I had put a lot in this relationship. I've given you half of my house. You've decorated my house. I just don't want to get married. Don't have kids. Have sex with me and leave me the fuck alone.
Vince would be the only one who would benefit from a John Cena. John Cena, Randy Orton, Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, and Kevin Dunn would be the only ones to benefit from Randy Orton Cena match at WrestleMania. Like, I don't think there's any interest of seeing these two wrestle at Mania. That would, like, if you want to see an empty arena for Mania, that would be an empty arena. Now, we're gonna answer one more question, and then we'll go back to the questions, like a couple more questions after we read this Brock Lesnar list, because time is running low and Monday Night Raw is coming up soon, so we got to get off that for now.
Real quick. Let me do this real quick. April of 2012, since returning to the WWE, his list of matches: Lesnar versus Cena, Lesnar versus Triple H,
one.
Lesnar versus Triple H,
Loss.
Lesnar versus Triple H,
one.
Lesnar versus Show.
Lesnar versus Punk.
Lesnar versus Punk. Yeah, Lesnar versus Punk. Excuse me. Lesnar versus Punk. Lesnar versus Show.
One, kind of.
Lesnar versus Taker.
Fuck
Lesnar
that.
versus Cena. Lesnar versus
Fuck
Cena.
that.
And a possible another Lesnar versus Cena. Great use of Brock Lesnar. Great use. Great use, everybody. Great use. Great use of your star attraction that walks around with your belt and you never see him for 5 months. Hey, man, I have no problem. Hey, make your money, bro. But I'm saying that's great use of creative. He's fought John Cena, what, 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 times. Triple H 3 times.
No, now 4 times. Now 4 times.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4
Yeah,
times.
and Triple H 3 times. Great, great creativity. Have him fight the guy that comes out and spit out water that works with the guy that works with the popular guy, and have him fight the popular guy that nobody cares about.
Everyone better.
I make everyone better, dude. It was real creative competition back in the day,
Ugh.
Let's just be happy that Lesnar's final match in the WWE, if he stays until Mania, will be beneficial.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a new star. I'll help him make a new star. No, I have no problem with Lesnar as champion. I said when he came back that they have to find a way to get the belt on Brock Lesnar because he could be something different. But then afterwards, it was like John Cena just buried him like first night back, and I'm like, oh, there goes that thought process. Like, I have no problem with Lesnar as champion. I think it's actually a really good move. I just hate how he's being utilized because nowadays the pay-per-view market is not so strong because the pay-per-view market is kind of weak. And the WWE, what are they trying to build around? They're trying to build around the network. Well, yeah, that's your mindset, but the network is more of like, it's how good your current product is. And if your current product's bad, no one wants to buy the network. So it's just, for me personally, I just hate how he's being booked, but I do agree that he should be a WWE champion. I have no I'm here. All right, we're going to take this last question from Jake Loomis. Sorry if anyone else has questions sent out there. We're just going to take this last one by Jake Loomis. Thank you all for watching. Jake Loomis, and I think this is a perfect question to end the Q&A portion. Who is the breakout WWE superstar of 2014? Who is the breakout star of this year?
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose? Why?
Well, he's the one that fans, like him or Bryan, but I think it's leaning a bit towards Dean by the end of the year because fans tune in Raw to see the Dean Ambrose and Rollins stuff. So I'll say Dean.
All right, Dean. What about you, Antoine?
I agree. Dean Ambrose, bro.
See, I'm going on a dark horse pick here. See, like everyone, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, those are easy answers. I'm choosing a real star, damn it, because he is the man of the stars. Star. Yes. No, I can't take that seriously. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. Actually, my breakout star is actually another Shield member that's not Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose. I think it's Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is the breakout star in 2014 because Dean, I always knew Dean was going to be fine. Roman Reigns, I knew he was going to be fine just because he's built like a Mack truck. Like, those two, I thought they were going to be fine. Seth Rollins, to me, he's impressed me during this heel run because for me, I like that he turned heel because I just felt that Seth Rollins turning heel would have made more sense than Dean because the fans were just going to get behind Dean Ambrose anyways. Everyone likes the guy. He's very spontaneous, very sporadic. People are going to get behind this guy as a heel, unlike Seth Rollins. But I feel Seth Rollins has done a good job as a heel. I feel that he's improved a lot in the ring to make sure his moveset is not too entertaining for the fans to love. I just feel that he's ultimately broken out of a shell just because, like, for me, if you were to talk to Shield members, I would say Roman Reigns is the instant main eventer because he's built like a Mack truck. Dean Ambrose would win a couple world titles, and Seth Rollins, he would be the loser wearing the Shield gear, still coming out to the Shield entrance music saying, "Believe in the Shield," like all that other bullshit. But Seth Rollins has really broken out to me into being a really big key piece of WWE because, like, I was not, I'll be honest with you, I hated Tyler Black. I thought Tyler Black was garbage. I thought he was overrated by a lot of the IWC. I didn't give a fuck about him. When he came in to the WWE as Seth Rollins, I said he would never make the main roster. He made the main roster as a Shield. I still didn't like him. I said, fuck Tyler Black. I don't give a fuck about that. He's still no one I care about. But over the time when he was with the Shield, I started to care about Seth Rollins a little bit more, and I just feel that he's blossomed into a guy that I can truly believe that he could be a part of the key future of the WWE. Because when I looked at Seth Rollins, I said, yeah, he's a nice little piece, but he's never someone that's going to be a key to the future. But now, under this role, I feel that he has become someone that could be the key to the future of the WWE. So that's why I'm going with Seth Rollins as my breakout star. But Stardust is a close second, man. I mean, Cody Rhodes, who would have ever thought he could play this stupid character?
Shout out to Cody, man. I never would have thought that was in him, boy. I mean, I thought he was creative.
I'm joking.
Make that,
I'm joking around. I hate Stardust.
Dog, I like it, bro.
For
some reason, I like it. I don't know why I do. I don't know why, Chase. I don't know why.
He's like, oh yeah, baby, let's get this match started. Like, God damn, no, man. Like, right when he does it, and then when he's going down, I'm like, God damn, what are you doing?
To me, I think Stardust is a bit like Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow, the way he was going before that whole doing nothing jobber style, he was a possible push him to the main event. Cody Rhodes, why is he not slipping up? So I'm disappointed that, yes, they found that finally works for him for now, but he's nowhere where he should be. He's not ready.
Yeah, man. Fuck Stardust. That's all I got to say to end it off. I mean, if you guys like that he comes out like a weirdo like that, that's up to you, but for me, I'm just like, nah, man. That shit just pisses me off, and his stupid little march down the ring. Because I like Cody Rhodes. Like, obviously, I think Cody Rhodes is talented as fuck. I think that he could be a good star for the WWE. Antoine was a part of a stream where we were asked the question, who would you build your company around? And I chose Cody Rhodes because I just feel this guy's really talented and underutilized, but whatever. Anyways, Antoine, plug your shit.
Hey, man, I'm a motivational speaker, hip-hop artist, blogger, YouTube personality. I do a lot of many different things, radio host, More Life Radio. For all this information, I'll keep it short and sweet. To check out all of it, you can go to www.more, M-O-O-R-E, after my last name, 2 with 1 O, more to life, ENT for entertainment.com. Many things you could do there. Check it out. That's it, man.
Alrighty then. NJ, what about you?
On YouTube, just go to youtube.com/WWE Daniel01, aka the British Fist, or on Twitter @British Fist.
Alrighty, you guys know where I'm at. You know, subscribe down below. Check out all the guest hosts that came onto this show's little channel. Well, the 2 guest hosts that came onto the show. Thank you, Andy, for coming in at the last minute. Thank you, Antoine, for doing this again. Don't worry, guys. I still have my WWE review later tonight. Let's just hope this show turns out well. Doggy, do you have anything to say to the people? Simon does not have anything to say to you people. All right, enjoy your guys' day. See you guys for the Raw review on my channel. Make sure to check out my guests. See y'all later. Peace.